All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, December 23rd, 9 a.m. my time. Price of Bitcoin currently at 48,700. So what we see in the market from the extension of last night is really just maybe a local top being created in the near term. But then now we're kind of seeing this rounded bottom being created, right? So maybe we can largely kind of define this as a channel that's developing like this. Is going to be a broader channel that might keep panning up over the next day or two. We are getting into that time where it is going to be a holiday movement. So low volatility, low volume. I'm sorry, not low volatility, but low volume environment could bring in a high volatility movement to quite possibly the upside. One of my thesis right now is still maintaining that for the most part, the squeeze to the long side seems very much probable. If we do have a retest, maybe you could look at this weekly open as a retest area. If you're thinking about going long right here, your stop could be just below the weekly open, or your stop could be below these three lows, which is around 45,000 flat. So if you're preparing for a long position and you think that your P&L is going to be hit hard if price comes down, let's just say 4.5% towards a weekly open, or down towards 45,000, which is a 7% drop, then that means that you should probably reconsider your sizing, because that might be still a move in the cards for BTC to maybe head there or there and then, rip back up. If you are already long and you don't think that we're going to come back to the weekly open, and by the way, it's not necessary that we have to come back to the weekly open or even down here. It is entirely possible that the fact that we've broken outside of this descending trend line, as you see, and we're consolidating outside of it, might just be very well enough for BTC to start pressing up from here. And if it does start pressing up from where we are right now, the bigger targets that we have on a daily basis is 51.5 to about $53,700. This little pocket right up here. And I would figure if BTC squeezes up, it's going to be very fast. All right. It's not going to be like over the span of 2, 3, 4 days. It might be like a day at most where it just like pops in a big way. So keep an eye, just in case you start seeing momentum on the hourly basis. Like what you ideally want to see when prices are starting to break out is, first of all, is there a key low that you could place your stop? So right here, right? So that means that if you're going long right here, price definitely should not be coming back into this area. Okay, so that's the first criteria for considering momentum is building and that we might be heading up. So that means this low is being held, and the fact that volume is going to start building slowly and slowly like this, and candle structure is going to start building like this. Okay, it's going to be really just quick movements up, quick pullback, quick movements up, pullback, movement up. Okay, generally when BTC starts to get going, it'll put in like a couple of big massive hourly or 4-hour candles like this. So it won't give you hourly consolidations, like it won't give you this and then this and then this and this. That might be done on like a smaller time frame, like I don't know, 1 minute or 5 minute. So on the hourly, it will look like this, but on the 1 minute or 5 minute, you may have to look for something like this. All right. Other things that look good in the market. I mean, Luna still kind of coming off the lows right here, $84 or so, now heading up towards 93. Looks pretty solid right now. Definitely looks gassed to the upside in terms of movement that it's had, just continuously printing green candles. But I think the fact of the matter is we have this incredible negative funding that's been going on. Let me see here. So we have this funding rate, right? If you go to Luna, still very heavy negative funding across the board. And this still means that a lot of people are shorting this. And if that's the case, well, then Luna could easily squeeze higher. Okay. By the way, make sure you hit the thumbs up if you are watching the video. You can also join our Discord community. The link is below in the YouTube description. All right. And we have all our channels open right now. Like I've said before, you can come hang out with us, come chat with us, ask questions, everything, that we're looking at, trading, analyzing the markets, is all visible in our community. And even the 5K count challenge right now, completely, transparent and visible. As of right now, in the 5K account, we have this cash position. So 27K is what we have on cash. Really not doing a whole lot with it. If I see some scalp trades here and there or quick in and out trades, I'll take them. So a couple days back, I took 2 different trades, which was Luna and HNT. Both we closed out in profit, close to about $2,000. And we've been kind of sitting tight since then. Okay. Let's look at other assets and then kind of wrap it up. So FTM, again, one of the assets that I believe is going to be one of the L1 ecosystems that's going to do relatively well. I think it's already done well, say all of 2021. It went from basically like 1 penny to now $1.75. So that's, an insane gain, obviously. But it's possible that if the volumes are still there in the L1 ecosystem products and these ecosystems keep growing, especially like FTM, they could easily keep trending up higher. Because at least FTM, for example, if you go on CoinGecko, right, FTM is number 43. Okay, so that means Solana as an ecosystem is $55 billion. Cardano is 44 billion. Terra, which is Luna, is 34 billion, and Avalanche is 29 billion. Right? These are all your big L1 ecosystems. Well, what is FTM? FTM is currently 4.4 billion. Right? These are going to be products that have still, major upside still left. Maybe a 4x, a 5x, or a 10x. I'm not quite sure. I actually don't necessarily know if these assets like FTM are going to have the same exponential growth that, let's just say, Avalanche and Solana did, right? Because, well, these ones, they are now attracting a lot of mind share. They have a pool of users. So the question is, how many more users are out there that'll just shift over from Avalanche or Solana and just go straight to FTM and take their money with them? And I think that is where you have to sort of really think about, second order thinking, which is FTM, is a up and coming ecosystem. There's another one, which is Harmony, right? So the one token, which is at $2.8 billion, again, at the top of my list. And then Near, right? Near is, let me see where Near is 25. Okay. So 25 or 26 rather. Hang on, let's go back. Where exactly does that put it? 26 for Near in terms of market cap is 8.1 billion. Right. So you could see some of these lower cap market cap assets like Near, FTM, and Harmony. Right, they are up and coming assets, but I think the one that I really see that's grabbing sort of the attention of a lot of people is probably Near. I know a lot of people are talking about it more. I mentioned a quick synopsis of Near in the DeFi analysis channel right here. Let me see where it is. What's going on here? Okay, our channels are not showing up for some reason. That is strange. Okay, there we go. All right, so I talked about Near a couple days back. Price and fundamental analysis. There's things coming up in the Aurora, platform that is part of the Near ecosystem. You have this other thing called Solaris, and then you have, WannaSwap Finance. So these things you want to be paying attention to, because this is the same thing that happened with the BSC ecosystem. It happened with Solana. It happened with AVAX, where you could find a lot of money moving to these assets into these ecosystems, because a lot of percentage, APRs and returns and yields are stacking up. You have maybe new NFT platforms that are being built. So it is entirely possible that money is just going to move from Solana and AVAX into Near. Okay. And we also wrote a fantastic article, fundamental article, research article on Near protocol. And that is in our Twitter feed. You can follow me here, _alpha trades. And here's our article, Near protocol, right? You can follow us on medium.com, Near protocol, and search for us on Alpha Trades. Okay. So anyway, point is, lots of new stuff coming up, very exciting, very unique products. I personally think that we need to head into 2022 with an open mind of seeing what could be the new narratives that are coming up, what could be the new assets that we need to be paying attention to. And of course, I will have all this information curated and delivered to you in our Discord community. All right. Really nothing else. Still kind of focused on Curve. I think Curve is going to probably head higher. But kind of keep in mind that this area, which kind of worries me, looks very much like this, like that, before it did this and then sold off. So I don't know why I'm getting this like reminiscent feeling, because I remember trading Curve back here in April. Obviously, the market structure right now is much different for Curve and most of the other parts of the market. But just something to keep in mind that, if you are thinking about buying Curve, be prepared that it could come down further. But even if it does, I think Curve is a fantastic, it's a fantastic product. Similar to these other platforms that offer yield and staking opportunities, Curve does the same, except on a bigger scale. You could actually look at this information on DeFi Llama, and you can see Curve protocol right here has one of the largest TVLs, which is $22.2 billion. It's basically on like a majority of the chains. Clearly just a very underrated product in my opinion. So you definitely want to be keeping an eye on Curve Finance, okay? We talked about one token. I think one is going to keep heading up higher. If it stays above this level, 0.22, it can easily head back to this lower high, which is 0.33 as a key level, okay? And that's about it. All right, I wanted to keep the analysis short and sweet. Hope you guys enjoy the content. Hit the thumbs up. And again, join our Discord server. It's free. Hang out with us through the holidays. And there's a ton of alpha in our community. Like I said, everything is transparent. Okay, good luck to you. Take care. Cheers.